What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today, ETH USD. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. It's the 27th day of April, and this month is moving by, man. $2,300 is the price, 10 hours, 15 minutes left in the day. We're down about 2.3% on the day so far. We had a little bit of a bullish weekend, didn't we? Saturday, Sunday moved up. Now we're down here right now. Bitcoin's kind of performing similar to what Ethereum's doing here. I mean, we look at this on the 1 hour time frame. You had a nice little dump recently, a little pump and dump action there. Ethereum, we look at this on the 1 hour time frame. Very similar behavior. Not quite the exact same, but pretty much. It's pretty damn similar. A lot of volume. A lot of volume on the way down, but we didn't go anywhere. We still have higher lows. It's kind of like Bart-like. It's Bart-esque, right? Moving up, moving down, moving up, moving down. It's kind of Bart-like, is it not? I think it is. 1 hour time frame. The RSI, we got a little bit of a double bottom on the oversold zone. Bullish divergence there. Looks good. Might move up. 14 minutes left. Maybe not. I say it looks good. It looks weird. Let's just be fair. It looks weird. But I wouldn't be surprised if we did move up from here with Ethereum. Stochastics are oversold. Time to move up a little bit. Now, whenever I say move up, does that mean that we're moving up above this high? No, not necessarily. It could. Maybe we just move up, back to like $50 higher, $40 higher, something like that. Find resistance, get a lower high, and then we're on our way down. I do expect that we're going to be moving down here at some point, but just relatively speaking, for what it's worth, sure, maybe we move up a little bit. Maybe we move up a little bit more than a little bit, but I'm not expecting anything spectacular. We're not going to be moving up to 3K or anything like that anytime soon. 4 hour time frame, looking at this, at least you got overbought. You kind of have this dynamic here where you're getting lower highs, and you broke through that, so that's nice. You're at the same areas where you've been finding support, right? You've been finding support all throughout this kind of zone here. If I can just draw, let's see, something like that, right? This little area. Of course, you dropped lower here, but really you've been very, very bullish overall. So I wouldn't say panicking because of this right now, especially because yes, it's a lot of volume on the 1 hour, but we're looking at this here. It's really not that much volume. Volume's dying off. We could be in a moment where we break out, where we do see higher highs. Maybe we do move up to 2,500. Maybe we do move up to 2,600, but I think that would be the extent of it. And this would likely be a trap if we move up there at all. Anything above this high would likely be a trap for anybody investing in Ethereum or FOMOing in at the top. It would very likely be a trap. This is not the call. I'm not saying that we'll go above these levels here, but I could see it happening. I could definitely see it happening. We're at this moment where we could break out one way or the other. We've got these kind of lows coming in, these highs coming in here, right? Maybe it's more like this, however you want it to be. I mean, it could be like that. Maybe we're breaking out already. I don't know how to feel about this pattern. Maybe it's a diamond top. It could be a diamond top, and if it is a diamond top, the fact that we're breaking out now does not mean that we have to plummet. Oftentimes with diamond tops, you break out one way and then you throw back the other direction. And then maybe still we dump nonetheless. Diamond tops are very volatile throughout the pattern, and they're volatile on the breakouts as well. It's kind of the nature of the game there. 4 hour time frame, RSI is bullish enough, stochastics are reset, and the MACD, we're choppy and sideways, and it's the 4 hour. I'm not going to rely on this too much. I don't think the MACD is telling us anything here. It's not revealing any secrets. Daily time frame. To me, the daily is starting to reveal some secrets. I mean, you see the low here. You see the lows, how it's kind of curving, right? Kind of curving. That's not good, guys. It's not good. It is completely possible that this is the top. It's also completely possible that we go just above these highs, we form a lower high, and then we drop. Or that we could see a slightly higher high and then we drop. We might just dump from here. The short-term stuff is just not giving me the vibe that we're going to dump right now, but I suppose it really does depend on Bitcoin. Bitcoin gets below 77K, you guys, and it is on to the downside, man. It is on. RSI is having a hard time getting overbought. Here, notice you were finding support like this when you moved up. Right here, when you found support here, boom, you moved up. Found support right here, boom, you moved up like that, right? All with these kind of higher lows in mind. Whereas here, you're kind of meandering. It's a little bit different than these prior reactions, and that difference could be the difference. You know what I mean? Right at this point where you're about to potentially break out, of what we've been forming on a daily basis since February. A bit of an uptrend in the RSI here. Lower highs coming in. Might be time to shift. Might be time to shift. It's completely possible that the high is in and that it happened about a week ago. About a week and a half ago. Stochastics look bearish, but on that note, the blue line is pretty far away from the orange line. That doesn't mean you can't go lower, but typically when we see that deviation, the blue from the orange, that means you're going to see a little bit of a pause in the momentum to the downside, or maybe even a reversal. I mean, we still have 10 hours left in the day. It's completely possible, even though you're down 2.7% on the day so far, it's completely possible that you could reverse and close today green. It is completely possible. We're in this kind of wait and see environment. If I had to guess, I do believe that we move up at least somewhere around like 360, 370, at least there. Potentially we do move back above 2400. I'm not on board with getting above this high. I don't think that we do that, but even if we do, I very much doubt that we get above or too much above 2600. That might be the maximum effect. And just because I'm drawing this doesn't mean that we go there. I'm completely fine with this being the top. I'm completely fine with us dropping right here. Any of those possibilities are there. But something's telling me that we might see just a little bit more of a push higher. That doesn't mean higher than this high, but it could. And if we do go above this high again, I doubt we get above 2600. This is the area of resistance that we'd form, or maybe somewhere lower. A bunch of different paths, but one way or another from a low to a high point, whether it's here, we're at the top, guys. We're there. And the drop that's going to ensue, the drop that's going to happen, will probably come down. We'll find support at this trend line. It'll be a weak reaction. We'll find resistance at this area, and then we will break through. And then once we break through, that's whenever we'll probably move back up and mess with people, slowly meandering our way down as time goes on and inevitably breaking down to lower prices. I do believe Ethereum could be in some serious trouble, you guys, if we go below these lows. See, if Bitcoin goes below its lows in February, it's still fine. But if Ethereum goes below this low from February, man, it's completely possible that Ethereum could drop down to $1,000 or lower at that rate. I know that sounds a bit dramatic. We took a real big jump there. I wanted to look at the all-time history, but the Coinbase history we'll just have to do. Just think about it though, man. Half of Ethereum's life has been up in this area. You had a massive run, you guys. Massive run. Overall, from your lows to here. What is that, man? It's a 600x, 570x, 580x, something like that. And all you've done since 2021 is distribute. That's what it looks like. We get below this low, we run the risk of this whole phase breaking. And I mean, we really could see prices that are as low as they were back in 2022. We could see prices that are even below there with that, man. Things are interesting right now. Things are definitely interesting. And maybe I'm being dramatic. Perhaps what happens instead is Ethereum breaks down from this low. It still sees a higher low here, or maybe it even goes below there, but it still sees a higher low relative to this. You know, there's a long stretch away from doing that, but just, I don't know, man. I think breaking below that low is not going to look good on a macro dynamic for Ethereum. The primary reason for that is this. I don't really care about these diagonal lines, but I'll tell you what, you break below this low, this diagonal line doesn't stand a chance. And that's a line that's been forming since 2022. It's 2026 now. Maybe that'll be the bear market low. Perfect capitulation event. You get a lower low here and you break the trend line. Everybody thinks Ethereum's dead, and then boom, that's the low. I mean, it makes sense to me. And not to mention a move like that would be exactly the same length of a move that we've seen here as well. It'd be a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-legged wave count, and that would be the end of your wave. But 2,300 down to prices that are below $1,400 is pretty intimidating, and I think that inevitably is what we're due for. Whether that happens over the coming months, May and June, or we kind of dilly-dally and we consolidate more, and then it happens in June, July, or August, I think that we have lower to go. I'll see you on the next one. I'm just kind of rambling at this point, so I'm going to end the video there. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye.